still under construction. You imagine whether it is strong enough to maintain the water if like it is not yet completed. Then this is the village already submerged under the reservoir, some of the part of it now. And this is the fact of the Murum. It will be submerged around 242 kilometers square or 24,200 hectares. So if you simply calculate all this land that already going to be submerged by the land, by the water, let's say 10,000 per hectare. So that will around you can imagine 242 million. So you can just add another 2 zeros. So if we divide that into household, 345 of them, yeah. So each family should get more than 600,000 for the compensation. If we calculate the compensation based on this land will be submerged. So they only request 500,000 per family. So their demand lower than they're supposed to be a request from the government. Yeah? You can calculate this if you are good in mathematics. Yeah, do it for them. Yeah. So this is happened at their old log house. People said we are not burn their log house, but I have been at the ground. This is happened. The bicycle of the children, and this is their engine for used to go to their farms. Yeah, and this is the factual at the ground. The evidence that their log house has been burned by the developer, yeah, or of course under Sarawak, yeah, Sarawak government. So this is during the few weeks of the flooding, so we cannot get to the log house already. Yeah, we just park opposite there, then. So we cannot go to the log house there. So we have to use boats to get there. Yeah? Then this is the preparation by the timber logging companies at the area to collect all the resources for themselves at the Penan area. So that is why akibat they're not happy. That's why actually 3 times already they put up this blockade last year and this year, August, and the third one is currently ongoing. So this is the thing just now. Even this is the people where their log house already burned by the SEB or the contractor, the developer. So they complain, they record all things that already burned in that old village. So this is the children that joined them in the blockade. Also, this is where the police blocked the area. Actually, they are inside here. They managed to come out already because they want to take the food that you people sent to them. So they have to come out to collect it and bring it inside. And another end of this road under block of the police. Yeah, this is the incident last time. You really know about this. This is the fellow that shoot, and yeah, this is the block. This is the another end of the block by the police, yeah, blockade by the police. So the police with the full force, and they are armless, yeah, no arms, but in the report saying they're armed and dangerous, which is not true also, yeah. They only bring their handphone. They only say what they did. But even that also their phone being confiscated when they want to record what incident is happening there. That is why the 2 boys try to take the photo or video of that incident during the 8 persons arrested, yeah, by the police. And this is the first time in rural area, in near the jungle, FRU is being used. We normally see them in KL. But now they are do some extra homework to go to the jungle. If the Penan is very dangerous people, which is not true also. Then as mentioned by these people just now, the land already taken by the companies. Actually, this is very vast area, big area given to company, which is very close to the chief minister, and this area, and this area. So they are surrounded by this oil palm plantation. This is not my thought last time, because they are very remote area, in the rural area. I thought, maybe Virgin Jungle is very big area for them. When I arrived there, I am very shocked seeing all this, which is, if we drive from a junction of Murum, Bakun and Murum Junction, it will take you more than 2 hours from starting from the other end of the plantations to the end. More than 2 hours driving. Imagine how big area taken from these people. This is happened there. So that is very big. I am shocked to see that. I thought it's still a Virgin Jungle, which is meaningful and for the livelihood of this Penan. And this is the one. So this is the water according to Layu just now. The river source of water already dirty, and this is the developer for their new resettlement. As I said, now the Murum Dam is abandoned and not still rising the water, but the resettlement not complete. But this is not the point what they want, but they want the proper compensation. This is another long simu. Long simu belongs to some of them here. It's not completed. So it is look like they are forced to get out from their own log house. They are forcing them. That's why they impound the Murum Dam. So, but this thing not yet complete. But according to them, they will stay put at the blockade or at their own log house, and they will move to the upper ground where the land is not so much. Maybe they build the farm hut for their living, for temporary or maybe for permanent there, because they don't want to go to this area because already surrounded by oil palm plantations. So, but the current long house is still have jungle. This is where at the new place. And another one, this is in Metalon. And another resettlement is Tegulang. Tegulang, all the lands belongs to another native there, native Kenya. So the native Kenya also not being paid to pay the native Kenya first, and the government take the land and give to Penan. That should be the way. But nothing have been done to settle that problem there. So government also facing the Kenya at the new resettlement in Tegulang. And Metalon, this is what they're facing. They are facing the companies who took the land. And then I think this is some of the this is the demand of the Penan. This is demand of the Penan, which is I think adequate for them for preparation for their new life. But government seems to don't want to listen and don't want to talk and sit down with them to discuss about this thing. And this is the thing. And actually, they want royalty 10% out of Murum, because it's already in place. They should have the share out of the profit from that Murum, so that they can have a sustainable resources. So, what is actually the Penan get from the government? So, Tan Mahmud said actually they already received 2 million. As I said just now, ridiculous. This is not true also. And even their CEO for the Sarawak Energy said 600,000, which is also not true. So please don't believe in whatever report saying the Penan received the money, unless it comes from them. or maybe also can come from me as their legal advisor. Yeah. And this is the Penan received from the government. For those who already moved to the new place, unless you move, then you get this. If not, maybe you're not getting all this. So 15,000 only, yeah. And the house is not good quality, and the resource drinks is not good, yeah. And electric, according to the Penan, will be 24 hours, but they start 6 p.m. Finish at 12 midnight, so 6 hours only. So it's already shown that the government is fair to the Penan, yeah. And the land promise also not sure, yeah. Of course they said we will give the Penan 15 hectares each family, but we have yet to see the document of that from the government. Yeah, this is the house. This now not there. I visit this area. The Penan not yet getting in to this house, but already like this, yeah. And I don't know what is this plastic like. If I punch this, maybe it can break it. A person like me, not strong enough, I can punch this, then it can break. Yeah, this one. This is like a plastic, something like that. Yeah? Easy to break. So this is the water. You can drink a free tea. Yeah? Just put sugar, then like a tea, isn't it? This is the water at the new resettlement. Yeah, this is the breakdown of the money that given by the government. It is only ex gratia, bayaran perpindahan for your move to new place. You will be given for 100,000, yeah, and this one for the cultural purpose, yeah, 1,000, and all 15, and of course they promise to give 850 per month for each family. No, not each family, each door, each village, yeah. Maybe in each house have one or more families. So how the 850 going to support them? So according to them, for 4 years, we still monitor that. When we monitor that promised by the government, that 850, some of those maybe in the company Sarawak Energy, SEB, or maybe third party, or those who manage the money for them, they change it to groceries, yeah, to groceries or to whatever things that the Penan may need, and they only give 250 to the Penan, and 600 value of groceries will be bought for them and bring to them. We are not sure because the Penan is easily manipulated. Maybe the value of that groceries that given to them maybe less than 600 value. So that's what we concern about that also. That is happening now at the ground. So that is the thing. So I also managed to talk to their ex-penghulu, yeah. So this is what the Penan said. We request clinic and the plantation, oil palm plantation is coming in to grab our land. This is what I said. We also request for school. At Murum now there is no school, not single one. Yeah, but Murum Dam is coming in to submerge our land, which is the resource of our food. So we request for proper compensation. This is violation by the authorities come to us, and we want to defend our rights, but the authorities arrest us and want to charge us in court. This is what they said now. So who can help us? Penan. So that is the thing that simplify what is happening now. Then I think that's all for that matter, yeah.
Terima kasih banyak kepada Abdul. Bila saya dengar, saya pun tidak tahu nak cakap apa lagi sebenarnya. Okay, so bersama kita pada malam ini ada pengerusi dari Safe River Sarawak. So Peter Galang, saya rasa kita patut dengar juga dari beliau kerana perjuangan Murud Dam dan sebagainya ini sangat hebat dilakukan oleh kumpulan beliau juga. So saya jemput Peter Galang untuk bercerita dengan kami tentang situasi atau perjuangan dan pandangan ini.
Terima kasih kerana memberikan saya peluang untuk cakap sedikit. Lebih bagus saya menggunakan bahasa Inggris kerana bahasa Malaysia saya tidak begitu bagus. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share a bit. Safe Rivers is a network of civil societies and NGOs and individuals as well. And what we have done is we have formed contacts and committees at the various locations where the dams are going to be built. So for the moment we have 12 dams including Murum. We have done contacts there, and we have been doing a lot of work on the ground. First of all, started with what we call a road show that comprises of telling the people what is coming, because the Sarawak government is very secretive in what it does, in constructing the dams. In fact, this news about the dam leaked out to us because the Sarawak state government went to China trying to bring the Chinese investors to come to Sarawak to invest in industries. So the Chinese, whereby they were businessmen, were very excited. They put it out on the internet, so that's how it leaked to us. So they are very secretive, and so what we have done since then, we have been doing a lot of campaign, collecting signatures, and we have been doing a lot of workshops, and we went out and trained people, and all those things that we have done. So we have done a lot of things. We started from the locations where the dams have been built. We go to statewide. Now we go nationwide. We have gone also international. We have gone to Australia. I'm just back from Korea, going to Europe, and to campaign about this. That is the biggest fault, I think, at the start, that the government is trying to hide what it does. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you know, if you hide something, that means you are doing something which is not good for the other people. If something good, I'm sure they would, put it on the table. Yeah? So the Sarawak state government, they have been saying that the standard that they abide to in constructing the dams in Sarawak is international standard. So they keep on talking about what they call the equatorial principle. The equatorial principle, and maybe some of you know it. It is just a set of rules, a guideline set by banks so that you can get loan from the bank in building dams. It's not even the best standard that we have available, yeah, which is the United Nations standard. So even by that equatorial principle, they fail miserably. They fail miserably. Why do I say that? Because there it requires proper consultation. There is something they call F stands for free, prior, and informed consent. In other words, all the information should be given to the people as much as possible and whatever they require. But here, in the example you have seen, the people do not know that the dams are coming in the first place. And then they go out and build it without the consent, because the Murum people did not agree to the dam to be built in the first place. In fact, in 2008, they did a signature campaign, and they went to send the signatures to the office of the Chief Minister of Sarawak. And when they wanted to enter, they were being arrested and put under remand. just for selling signature, they were arrested. So that shows that they did not agree from the very beginning. But in spite of that, the government goes on and build the dam. And that is why the Penan, since the dam was being built, this thing happens very fast. In fact, it happens even before the environmental impact assessment studies is completed, which is a very essential part in building dams or any projects of that nature, of that size. You need to have the proper studies on the impact on the environment, on the impact on the people, in all the other things, which they did not bother to complete. In fact, the EIA, the Environmental Impact Assessment, result came in after the dam was about 80% completed. That is in 2011. Yeah, so it's useless. So that is what they're doing. They're doing things all upside down. Okay? And they're doing this EIA just to show the world that they are doing EIA, but it's done after the dam is built. And they seem not to stop there in Murum. Because when they said before, when we had a big conference in Kuching, which is an International Hydropower Association conference, which is organized by all the dam builders in the world, and the people who finance the dam, they were gathered in Kuching, about 500 of them from all over the world, and they showcased this thing. They used that conference in order to greenwash, to make sure that people see that this is Sarawak government is fantastic, they're doing great thing, they are doing renewable energy using dams and all that. But they said that Murum Dam is the model dam. It's the best dam that is built not only in Malaysia but the whole of Southeast Asia, the way we build Murum Dam. So all the other dams that will come later will be like Murum. And then they are really true. Because what we see now, what they're doing in the next dam, which they are trying to target, Baram Dam. Baram Dam, they told us at the International Hydropower Association Congress in Kuching in May that the EIA will be completed sometime in December. Now we are in November. But you know what happened on the ground? They have built the road, they are trying to extract, they are doing some drilling, still doing the sample studies, these rock studies, but the geologists. And then at the same time, they go to look at the building materials on the rocks side. They're building the road so that they can bring the rocks to build the dam. So that's why the Baram people, where this dam is going to be built, they've gone and chased them out, get all the equipment out, and destroyed all the samples that they had. So I don't know whether they destroyed or not, but we found it was destroyed. So they are blaming Seth Rivers for it. And I'm willing to be brought to court and let's see who did it. Okay? So this is what they're doing. They're doing a lot of dirty work. With disregard to people. They said that they have done consultation with the people from Murum. They said that they have 80 consultation. What do they actually mean by consultation? What they mean by consultation is they go and give a ceramah, give a lecture, what is coming and all that. After that they close. They stop the, what do you call this, ceramah. There is no time for people to give the opinion. There is no time for the other thing. That's why what you see, the people are not happy. The compensation is not paying exactly what these people are losing. Because for these people, for the native of Sarawak, for the indigenous people, the land means a lot. In the first place, what happened here, in the Sarawak Land Code, we have two types of native land. One is the native customary right land, whereby this land, you don't pay any rent for it. You can hand it down to your son, children, until the next generation. There is no limit. There is another type of land, which is also, the abbreviation is the same, NCR. But here, NCR means Native Communal Right. whereby it's a native community reserve, which is similar to the Orang Asli in Semenanjung, where there is a limit of 60 years. And during that 60 years, every year you have to pay for your land rent. Whereas in the former one, there is no land rent. So now our friends from Murum, they're going to be moved to this new place of resettlement area. The land is 60 years. After 60 years, they have to apply to the government to extend that. Whereas in the old place, they did not have to do that. So that is one big difference as well. So the people, these people as well, they are subsistence farmers. And in the case of our brothers, the Penan, they are not only subsistence farmers, but they are more hunters and gatherers. In other words, they go and gather, sago, they hunt for animal, for the protein, all that. When you don't have a forest, there is no such thing. It's not possible to maintain that type of life. It's not that we want to freeze them so that they live like that forever. What we are saying is, we allow them to have their own way, choose their own way of development. Yeah? We don't force things on them, because in doing that, we have seen the example of people who are affected by the Bakun Dam. The Bakun Dam was built, and then these people were moved. There was a group of Penan there who were affected, the Penan Talun. So when the Penan Talun moved, because to make way for the Bakun Dam, and now they are given that place in the middle of a plantation, like what the same thing that they are doing to the Murum Dam Penan. When they are placed in the middle of plantation, there's no forest there. They cannot get the rotans, they cannot get all the products that they normally do. So this is a sudden change, in culture, sudden change in lifestyle, which they cannot cope. I've gone see this Penan, I've visited them, because in this new resettlement area, the school, there is a common school. But to get to that common school, whereas in the old place, they used to have village school. But now there's common school for 15 villages. But to get to that school, they need a school bus. So because these Penan don't have any cash, they cannot pay for the school bus. And a lot of children cannot go to school. And we have seen a lot of cases of malnutrition. So that is a problem. Why? This is a cultural problem. Social problem is a sudden change from hunters and gatherers to cash economy, which the government doesn't care about. So ladies and gentlemen, this is not a matter of just land, it is also a matter of people's life, people's culture. In fact, when you do this, I can see a day, not very far, when the people affected will lose their culture, they lose the language, then it is a loss. They will be absorbed. There will be no Orang Ulu, no Penan, no Kenyat in the future if we don't stand up to this. So that's why we have come here in Semenanjung, bring our brothers from Murum, the Penans. We ask you to come. This is not an isolated Sarawak problem, because the money that they used to build this dam is from the country. The Bakun Dam, they spent 7 billion something, and I think about 5 billion is from EPF. And who is paying for EPF? Who is paying for EPF? We are. So it's our money, it's your money. And now they're going to build 12 dams. Murum Dam is 3 billion. Baram Dam another billion. 12 dams. Do you think Sarawak has all that billion that is required? It is going to the Malaysian population as a whole. So that you are affected as well. And not only that, according to the studies made by specialists, by the scholars, by the scientists who study dams, dams built in the equator, in our type of climate, emits more greenhouse gas than fossil fuel if you were to generate the same amount of electricity. So dance in the equator, in the tropics, does not necessarily mean it is green energy. So Sarawak corridor of renewable energy is not green. Thank you.
Banyak informasi yang kita telah dengar daripada kedua mereka sebentar tadi. So lagi sekali sebelum kita mungkin berhenti daripada sebab sudah 9 sudah. So saya buka kepada teman-teman di dalam Dewan kalau ada apa-apa soalan lagi, penjelasan lagi yang diperlukan dari mereka berempat. Jangan lupa ya, lebih kurang kita sudah faham apakah isu yang berlaku, tapi mungkin kita perlu lebih mendalami apakah yang yang dihadapi oleh kaum perempuan dan kaum dan anak-anak di sana. Mungkin kita boleh tanyalah soal itu sebab kita ada dua teman perempuan di depan ini yang sedia untuk tanya. Silakan. Kenalkan nama.
Saya Linda.
Don't worry because Abu Tu is here.
I want to know how has this displacement caused women to be more vulnerable to sexual assault? It's my first question. And secondly, if yes, to what extent have they been receiving adequate support to meet the needs of the survivors of violence against girls and women?
Mungkin kita buka satu soalan lagi. Satu soalan lagi. Ada? Tidak ada? Okey, silakan.
This is like a very intelligent question for them to answer.
Kamu cuba dulu, dia akan jawab.
Yeah. Jadi bagaimana nanti kalau kamu perempuan berhadapan dengan kehidupan yang baru, macam mana kamu mau menghadapi itu? Apa kamu punya pikiran? Ya, yang ada juga yang kedua tadi macam survival, macam mana kamu boleh bertahan untuk hidup nanti kalau benda yang dibuat oleh kerajaan ini. Apa pikiran kamu sekarang? Macam mana? Apa kamu rasa? Itu soalan saya.
Saya ini memang risau sebab dulu pun saya rasa senang, sekarang rasa risau sebab tanah pun tidak ada, sedang air pun ada sekarang, kalau punya tanah terbelah, itu sebab saya risau. Masa depan itu yang saya susah. Saya kira saya bila saya mati, saya punya anak, itu pembayar berita tidak cukup. Itu sebab kami risau sekarang. Nanti kalau kami mau pindah pun, sedangkan sekarang kami belum pindah, ada satu kulit kurang letak di tiap bilik kami di Penan sana, memang bayar rumah air, api, memang bayar semua. Apa untuk kami bayar itu? Jangan lagi anak kami sekolah. Apa untuk kami bayar? Apa untuk kami belajar?
Mungkin saya tambah soalan lagi ya. Apakah apabila bukan saja sumber makanan akan hilang kan, tetapi sebagai perempuan kan, saya percaya kamu orang mempunyai banyak kemahiran, pengetahuan daripada mengenali sumber, juga macam pengetahuan dari kesenian ya, kesenian macam buat kerastangan dan sebagainya. apakah ia akan memberi kesan juga kepada pengetahuan sebagai seorang perempuan terhadap perkara-perkara ini?
Mana ada tu?
Kamu biasa buat itu terang tangan, ada orang Penan lah perempuannya, ada dari hutan nak buat apa-apa ada ya.
Ya,
Jadi
dulu.
rotan nanti kalau itu habis nanti macam mana keadaannya?
Memang tidak ada. Memang tidak dapat. Karena hutan itu sudah tidak ada. Sedangkan sekarang sudah tidak ada.
Biasa kamu buat ajat itu, biasa buat tikar itu, pandai juga untuk membuat Penan buat.
Ya.
So itu semua akan hilang ya kan bila Okey, ada apa-apa lagi soalan?
Ya, saya nak tanya tu, menghadapi keadaan macam krisis ini, adakah kita ini persatuan atau dia gabungan tu, ada dia untuk mencari jalan keluar, apa cara dia?
Tambah lagi, satu lagi.
Saya nak tanya, identify any agreement about the Pakistan dengan government dan itu company agreement? Ada ni?
For the first question just now, we don't see any, tidak ada macam jalan keluar yang macam diusahakan oleh pihak yang berwajib lah untuk menyelesaikan masalah. Bahkan macam pihak kerajaan macam membuka telinga dan seolah-olah mereka punyalah yang terbaik untuk orang Penan ini. Yang tidak ada macam. Jadi kalau nak cari jalan keluar ini perlu ada rundingan. Ini yang kami perlu, ini yang kami risau, ini yang kami mau, itu yang mereka buat mereka punya tuntutan sekarang ini. Jadi karena mau jalan keluar lah ini sebenarnya, sebab mereka rasakan sumber mereka sudah habis, their resources will finish, so they want to get out of that. That's why they put their demands.